Uh-oh. She's back. Uh-oh. She's back. Uh-oh. Oh. To all of my haters. Mwah. You tried to block me. You tried to get me suspended, but it didn't work. I'm right back on your timeline again. In the same outfit. How sad is that, right? That you would keep trying over and over and over again to stop me from going live, to stop me from being on TikTok. And I just keep popping right back up. Oh, maybe if you spent less time hating on me as a Black woman and more time educating yourself as a Findom, you'd actually be making money. Or if you stopped hating on me, maybe you could get some advice from me. But anyway, the last time I was just here, we were talking about how to permanently take yourself out of survival mode as a Black woman. And clearly there are so many people in the Findom talk world that don't want this information to come out. They are so afraid that I'm going to jump on live and say something truthful about the fact that so many Findom mentors have been scamming you on this app for the last 5 years. So many different sororities have been accused hundreds of times of sexual assault and scamming. They don't want me to say any of those things. And in fact, I actually wasn't even going to bring it up in the last live conversation, because I came on here to talk about how to get out of survival mode as a Black woman. But see, when you do ugly things come back to you. And Spirit is protecting me, okay? So you tried to suspend me. You tried to get me blocked. You tried to silence me because you thought I was going to talk about you. And I actually wasn't. But now TikTok brought me back, and I am talking about you. Mwah. Anywho, we were here having a conversation about financial domination and how to, in the 2025 era, as 92%, right? The 92% of us with more than a high school education and some common sense in this country right now, how we can take ourselves out of survival mode. So if you are new to my live or you missed the last one, I'll do my introduction all over again because ain't nobody stopping my show. I'm the OG Findom mentor, sweetheart. My name is Ekua Ahima, founder of AfroDomme Pay, AfroDomme Chat, AfroDomme Radio, AfroDomme Network, AfroDomme Magazine. And over the last several years, since 2017, I have not only been able to scale myself to 6 figures in financial domination, but help over 5,000 Black women do exactly the same as the owner of the largest social club for Black doms in the United States. Our organization is international, and we have students in East Africa, West Africa, the United Kingdom, Canada, North America, South America, Canada, Finland, Colombia, Russia, Ukraine, all over the world. Mwah! India, Asia, the list goes on. So, before the haters come in here and try to suspend me again for looking fabulous, darling, let's have a real conversation, right? Because they want to talk to you about pay pigs and all of these other things so that you can buy their Chat GPT ebooks for $15, right? And I'm going to teach you real financial domination, and we are going to have a really important conversation today. So when you think about survival mode, when it comes to mind on this app, on other apps, on social media, on the internet, survival mode is usually that hustle culture, go, 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 work, 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 work. Black women have to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times better than their white counterparts. Black women have to constantly share their spaces and resources and time and effort and energy and labor with other people, right? When you think of survival mode, you think of it like that. For those of us who are in the spicy industry, survival mode or working for survival simply means that you are doing spicy work to keep the lights on, to keep the bills paid, to keep some food in your mouth, right? And those of you who hate on me, who see my success 8 years later, the fact that I've been able to make six figures in this industry legitimately before ever becoming a mentor, those of you who hate on my success probably don't even know I started from survival. Right? Imagine copying and hating on someone who's literally transformed this industry single-handedly. Imagine hating on someone who has so much knowledge and so much wealth to help a Black woman, but you hate me so bad because you're not me, that you would block your own blessings and the blessings of other Black women in the community just so that you can continue scamming people in peace. Can't relate to that. But anyway, I started spicy work and I started financial domination for survival. I was in college. I was barely making $600 a month, working 2 jobs, okay? And I, at that time when I first started, was actually looking for sugar booze, right? But I realized I don't really want to do anything with old guys unless he's fine or something like that. Like the standard creepy looking, ugly white guy, sugar dad. I don't want to do anything with those kinds of guys. But if my sugar daddy looked like Idris Elba, yeah, I might break off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. But being realistic, I knew that as a new sugar girl, I was not about to manifest Idris Elba to my front door. Okay? And I wasn't about to give up the Kit Kat bar to no old white man or any man, to be honest. And that's how I found, by Googling at that point, financial domination. Since then, I have reached 6 figures. I have transformed my entire life, finished my bachelor's degree, traveled to Africa, my dream vacation for 100% free while studying professional film and photography. I've also been published in fashion magazines in West Africa, thanks to said internship. I've also manifested my dream home, a brand new car, and I've had men pay for it all along the way. As someone who started from survival, I am the OG Findom mentor. There was no one else in this community as a Black woman who was teaching financial domination when I started coaching in 2019 after already making my first 6 figures. All of these little girlies that you keep seeing on the TikTok page are actually copying me. I am the little Kim to their Nicki Minaj. And they really are Nicki Minaj, all the way up to today's age 2025 Nicki Minaj, where she's married to a pedophile and her brother's in jail for doing the same thing. Yeah. And her raps suck now. Yeah. So anyway, I am the little Kim to their Nicki Minaj, and I started financial domination from survival. So if I can start from survival, being a broke ass college student, and make 6 figures in 2 years' time, right? And then since then, I've helped 5,000 other people do exactly the same. Of course, here today, ladies and gentlemen, I will be able to help you as well. So the conversation that we're having is taking yourself out of survival mode. If you have specific questions about financial domination, you are more than welcome to ask them in the chat. However, the conversation that we're having today specifically is taking yourself out of survival mode. How do you truly give yourself that soft life that you see on the internet, that soft life that we all love to talk about, that Black girl luxury that is always on trend, that is always going viral? First and foremost, one of the things that helped me come out of survival mode was therapy. Let's be honest with each other. Therapy. There's nothing wrong with it, and there's nothing wrong with talking about mental health and entrepreneurship. And in fact, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that having circle and community discussions about mental health for Black female entrepreneurs is imperative. Because we live in a society today where we are taught as Black women that you have to be 3, 4, 5 times as better than mediocre white women, mediocre white people. We are told as Black women from birth that we have to be exceptional. We have to go to school. We have to get all of the degrees. We have to get all of the education, all of the experience, all of the ticks on the resume. When we have then on the opposite side of that, mediocre people who are less educated, less qualified, taking our spots, taking our rightfully earned job positions. Shout out to Kamala Harris, right? Knowing in a sister circle or even in the scope of therapy and going to therapy individually, knowing that you do not have to continue living that life, knowing that that was a form of trauma that was placed on you by society, whether your family said it directly to you because of that's the way that they were raised, or society gives you that message, because trust me, society says a lot of crazy shit to Black women all the fucking time. Okay. In a therapeutic kind of session, what I learned in those spaces is that that lifestyle does not match me, right? That hustle culture, go, 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 work a job, go to school, have a shitty career that you don't love, but it pays the bills, and you just walk around miserable and bitter all the time, like the girls that love to report my accounts fraudulently. That lifestyle's not for me. That lifestyle's not for me. And some of you may feel that innately in your spirit as well, right? Say, like, let me know in the comments if you know already that 9 to 5, get a good job, bust your ass working 16 hours a day, go 50-50 with the man on the light bill when he can pay his half of the light bill, because Tyler Perry said as long as he can pay half of this shit, it's okay. Show of hands in the comments if that lifestyle is not cutting it for you. Show of hands in the comments if that lifestyle is burnt you the fuck out. That lifestyle has pushed you into relationships that weren't healthy for you. Show of hands in the comments if that kind of lifestyle that they say we need to live has pushed you to anxiety, has pushed you to depression. Right? Can't even do it. Can't even do it. A lot of you are saying the same thing. A lot of you are saying the same. And the reality is, it's not because, like our parents, if you got some Gen Z parents that would say, well, that's just how it is, and you got to put the mask on, and that you just got to get it out the mud, because pull yourself up by your bootstraps, because that's what we did, and it's wrong to tell other people to do it, but that's what we did, and that's what we got to keep doing, and survival and survival and survival. Hello. That shit is dead. And there is another option. People just don't know that there's another option. So the example that I was using earlier before we got rudely interrupted, is that life is like the Matrix with that red pill and that blue pill. My example might not be exactly like the movie, so calm down. But the red pill is you going to school, getting all of the degrees, all of the stuff on your resume, ticking all of those boxes, trying to be 15, 10, 20 times better than your white counterparts who are uneducated and unqualified. Burning yourself out, being miserable every day, going half on a fucking rent, half on the light bill. You got a husband who don't do shit for you, but you happy because you got a man, at least, right? That's what that red pill finna get you. And then the blue pill gets you that femininity coaching that y'all see on the internet, where y'all gotta go, they come on here and they talk about, well, in order to get someone to spend money on you, you gotta look like this, and you gotta talk like this, and you have to adopt those Eurocentric mindsets. And you got that Black girl coming on here to tell you that nails like this is ghetto, and bundles down to your ass is ghetto, and you should have a 16-inch bob and a plain Jane ugly ass French tip manicure, so that you can have some crusty white boy put a ring on your finger so that you can be his in-house slave. That's the blue pill. And then there's the third option, ladies. And that's what I'm here to bring to you today. The third option. They don't make it seem like it's a third option, do they? The third option is to say, fuck all of that. Okay? And as Black women, in financial domination specifically, we need to use this information, use the opportunity that we have in this industry to get our reparations, because you know damn well they ain't going to give it to you. Our ancestors been waiting a long ass time for them 40 acres and a mule. It's not even 40 acres to go around for everybody no more. All of the plantations that used to be 236 acres are now 7 or less because they done chopped all the land up and sold it to other people. Ain't no 40 acres to even give you. Ain't no mule to even give you. And your ancestors still waiting for it. Okay? I'm not waiting for nobody to give me something that they stole from me. I'm not going to wait for my oppressor to give me my freedom. Okay? So I'm going to take it, just like you said in the comments. Using financial domination to take your reparations. Using financial domination to build your financial freedom. Using financial domination and the men that you build relationships with to build a legacy for yourself, to build an empire for yourself, to build a community for yourself, an empire, right? Something that you can benefit from for the next several years, your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. Lots of people that come on here on this app don't talk to you about financial domination like this. When they talk about financial domination, they tell you about pay pigs, which again is some of the cheapest motherfuckers you will ever find. And they talk about retweet games and verification videos and minimum tributes and all this other broke shit that's going to keep you poor just like them and in their classes. Financial domination is a tool that Black women need to be using now more than ever to build their financial freedom. They need to be talking about, or we need to be talking about, using financial domination and the relationships that you are building with these subs, with these men who are sending you tens of thousands of dollars. You don't need to buy no shoes. You don't need to hurry up and rush and go get some materialistic shit. The Gucci bag, the Christian Louboutins, the private jets, the vacations. All of that stuff is cute. All of that stuff is great. But that's not what you need to be focused on. What you need to do is use financial domination to build meaningful relationships with people who can transform your life. Subs that are lawyers that can legally provide protection for you. Subs that are doctors that can fucking look out for you. Subs that are politicians that can legally provide protection for you. Subs that are doctors that can fucking look out for you. Subs that are politicians. Subs that are politicians that can make sure, because politicians be the main fucking ones hiring us. Subs that are politicians that can make sure laws and bills get passed to protect you and to protect your reproductive fucking rights. So that in 2025, you as a 28-year-old Black girl have more rights than your 60-year-old fucking grandmother that's playing the lottery and smoking cigarettes in the house on Social Security right now. Right? When you look at financial domination and when you look at yourself as a Black woman, as a high value goddess, you know your worth. You're not going to settle for less. You're not going to attract the time wasters. You're not going to attract all of these different pay pigs that you see on the internet. I'm looking for a dom to send to. Send me a DM. Download WhatsApp and I'm going to send you some money, right? All of the bullshit, all of the dumb shit, all of the scams that you see right now do not exist for elite doms. All of the struggles that you are experiencing as a new dom with finding subs, building community, getting clients, making money, us elite doms do not experience the same thing. And the reason why isn't because we have more experience or because we've been in here for longer, but because we have a greater sense of value and understanding of what financial domination is and isn't. By definition, ladies, financial domination, you're going to need to write this down. Financial domination is the dom sub act of exchanging power through monetary gifts. Notice how I didn't say it's looking cute on the internet and bullying men. It's being a bitch on the internet and robbing and finessing men, right? The dom sub act of exchanging power through monetary gifts. Financial domination for you should be a tool for you to become wildly rich and successful in 2025. Let me take my Uggs off. Financial domination should be a tool for you to start a business this 2025 debt-free. Financial domination should be a tool for you to get your rent paid, your car note paid, your bills paid, your hair done, your nails done, everything you fucking want on a consistent basis as a Black woman. If you truly want to live a soft life, if you truly want to come out of survival mode, you need to be using financial domination wisely. Why are you asking subs for $40 tributes and McDonald's reimbursements? Right? That's not financial domination. You're not dominating someone by taking $50 from him. I don't care what he's saying right now in the moment while he doing this. He gonna pillow talk and tell you whatever the fuck you want to hear while he doing this. But trust and believe, he's not, you don't have no control over him. You don't have any pull over him. You haven't even taken a substantial amount of money from him that's hurting his pockets. If anything, he's giving you chump change, and some of y'all are jumping through hoops. I talked about that on Twitter before I came on here on live, because I literally saw one little girl, and I'm saying little girl because she's a new dom. She's a fully adult, right? Because we only do shit with, adults over here, 21 and up. But I'm saying she's a little girl because she's a new dom. But I seen this girl on here on Twitter saying that she, for Valentine's Day, was offering in this Burger King have it your way ass menu that she was posting on Twitter, because that's tacky as fuck, right? That definitely says I'm a high value woman and I know my worth. Some tacky ass menu of, if you give me this much, I'll do this. If you give me that much, I'll do that. That definitely screams high value, right? No, it doesn't. So she had a menu and she was saying that for $20, get this, for $20, $20, she was going to spend all day on Valentine's Day talking to whoever sent her that $20. She said, as a Findom, in a billion-dollar industry, if you don't know that spicy work is a part, or Findom is a part of spicy work, let me be the first to tell you that it is. Because I know a lot of white girls come on here and tell you, it's not spicy work. It doesn't have to be. It is. It always is. And it always has been. Whether you want to wear a turtleneck from the head to your fucking toes and not show a lick of skin, it's spicy work. It's not an option. It's not a personal opinion. It is. And she said for $20 that she was going to talk to you, whoever sends her $20, all day long. For $20, you can't even get a response from me. I sell 5-minute pre-recorded videos for $20. I'm not having a conversation with you for 5 minutes, let alone 24 hours for $20. And one of the reasons why she felt like she had to do that is because you guys, let me keep it a buck, because I know a lot of you guys are just tuning into my live. You have never come across me before. You are not a part of our organization. The reason why so many doms feel like they have to, because they're new, only charge bullshit ass, chump change, disrespectful, pathetic ass numbers like $20 all day long for me to talk to you, is because you guys have let the wrong people go viral on this app. The people who continuously falsely report my accounts when I come on here and say that their sorority has been accused of hundreds of allegations of sexual assault and scamming, or that their programs, even though they're charging you guys for ebooks to teach you how to make, how to find pay pigs, they already admitted that right before the ban, they made those ebooks using ChatGPT, and they're scamming you guys. Now that the app is back, they don't like that I've said those things. Yeah. And those are the ones who have taught you because you made those folks go viral. Those are the ones that taught you that verification videos and minimum tributes in your bio and accepting $20 from a 60-year-old man who has more than several thousands of dollars in his account. They told you that that was okay because they themselves have no idea what they're doing. One thing about me, I've always been transparent about my experience and the Black experience specifically here in this industry. And one thing about me, I also hold people accountable for their shit, because you cannot call yourself a mentor or an educator and then have hundreds of people say that they've been sexually harassed at your events and think that nobody's going to hold you accountable for that shit. Or for you to say as a joke because TikTok is being banned and you think that nobody's going to hold you accountable because, well, the app's being banned and nobody's going to ever find out, right? You made a joke saying that, oh, the ebooks that I've been selling to you guys for the last 5 years were made from ChatGPT and I have no idea what I'm doing and I'm scamming you guys. Haha, sorry, TikTok's gone. Now it's back and those people are being held accountable for what they've been doing this whole time. Please do not continue to let people who have copied me or have scammed you guys to continue to go viral, to continue to prosper. If you want to leave survival mode, these are the things you have to know. Like I said, one thing that helped me leave survival mode after literally starting spicy work for survival, because the rent was due, I couldn't even come up, back when I was in college, I couldn't even come up with half of $700 working 2 jobs and in college full time. Right? Like, I couldn't. I started for survival, 100%. Was I expecting that I would make 6 figures and still be in this industry 8 years later? Fuck no. I just needed enough money for the light bill so I wasn't sitting in the fucking dark in the middle of a snowstorm. You see what I'm saying? One thing that helped me come out of survival mode was going to therapy and being in sisters circles and communities where we could talk about these kinds of things and have a healthy discourse and really like releasing all of that trauma, releasing all of that rage and shame and sadness of how society treats Black women, how in our families, because we all laugh and joke about how we are not related, but we all are, because as Black people, we have some of the same experiences in childhood and stuff like that. That shit is true. Right? Being in a sister circle, being in a therapeutic safe space to say, hey, as a Black woman, I experienced this growing up and I was made to feel like if I wasn't an overachiever, that I was a fucking failure, that I had to be 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times better than all of these white guys at my job who couldn't hold a candle to my ass or my motherfucking resume, but they have a better paycheck than I do. Being in sister circles where I can get that out and people can hear me and not judge me and be like, well, you're just making everything about race, or you're just that. That's just how it is. Pull it up from the bootstraps. That's what we all have to do. No, that's not what we all have to do. That is not the normal way of living. That is not as divine beings, as divine feminine goddesses. That is not what we were put on this earth to do. We was not put on this motherfucking circle spinning rock to pay bills and die. To be a cog in the machine for white supremacy. We were not put on this planet for that. And I will not live another year, another second doing that. I don't know about you, but I already spent 28 years of my life living that lifestyle. That's done. I'm about to be 29 this year. That's done. That version of me that was a people pleaser, that version of me that did whatever the fuck, I was told to do when I was a teenager, and instead of being able to really rebel and have a fucking childhood, I had to take care of my little brother. I had to get a job fresh out of high school. I had to do work while I was in college, so I didn't get to party. I didn't get to go to homecomings. I didn't get to do shit. I had to get my fucking degree and go to work. Not just one job, but 2, because I didn't have no support. That lifestyle is done. I will never live that fucking life again. And I will never suggest to a Black woman that she does that. Right? Whether you're in this industry or a different industry. That hustle culture, that's dead. That is dead. So, first and foremost, that's the first thing that helped me come out of survival mode. The second thing that helped me come out of survival mode once I was already knee deep into financial domination was raising my fucking prices. I realized very quickly after I had invested $1,500 in my first year into mentoring. Like I said, back then I couldn't even come up with half of $700. So the fact that I dropped $1,500 on a marketing coach back then was a big fucking deal. A big deal. No payment plan, no payment arrangement, $1,500 up front. That was a big deal for me. One thing that helped me come out of survival mode after investing in that mentoring program was learning through that mentor that I need to up my fucking price and up my fucking standards. And when I tell you, by increasing my prices, increasing my rates, making myself less attainable, making myself less accessible on social media for men in financial domination, I not only got more respect from them, but I was able to make a considerable amount of money from those same men. Those same men who were chump changing me, sending me small tributes, once I upped the price, started spending more money on me, started talking to me more respectfully, more consistently. And I was able to then manifest even better quality men and even better quality subs who have since then invested into my business, invested into my life by paying my rent, by paying for my car note for 2 years straight, by helping me finish college. All because I made a small shift in mindset after investing in mentoring to up my prices and increase my value. The way that I valued myself and the way that I wanted to be valued by my clients, my subs, my community. Single-handedly. After I made that choice in 2018, 2019 is when I hit my first 6 figures. And since 2019, I have been talking about these kinds of things and helping more and more and more and more Black women, 5,000 plus and counting to be exact, do the same thing in an industry like financial domination. When you up the price, you will make yourself unattainable. Men like things that they can't have. It's just a simple fact. If you make yourself too easily accessible for a man, he will manipulate you and take advantage of you, right? Let's say, for example, in the scope of dating, some of y'all learn this the hard way. When you make yourself too accessible for a man, that's how you wind up being a single mom. Whether you're married and you're still a single mom, or that's your boyfriend and you're a single mom. You giving yourself and your body and access to you, to men, too much is how some of you guys wind up being single moms. You giving too much of yourself away for free is how you guys wind up in gaslighting and manipulative relationships. Because you're ignoring the signs and you're ignoring the red flags because your sense of self-worth is low. So you feel like this is what I deserve. Well, as long as he texts me back, that's okay. As long as he plans a date every now and then, that's okay. As long as he doesn't beat me up all the time, that's okay. And this is a real deal conversation. Some people are going to be triggered by this conversation, you guys. This is a safe space. I'm not here to just say shit for clickbait or anything like that. This is shit that we need to really discuss as a community because this is how you come out of survival mode. Knowing your fucking worth. You want to stop attracting men that want to go 50-50? Stop allowing the shit to happen. Stop participating in the podcast Pop the Balloon conversations. Stop watching that shit. Stop consuming that media that is lowering your self-esteem and your IQ. You are a beautiful, divine goddess, Black woman. You hold melanin and the Eve gene inside of your body. Something that this planet is trying to manifest in science labs and they can't fucking figure it out. And you just walk around with the shit in your DNA every single day. You just wake up fabulous. You just wake up coated in cocoa butter sheen melanin, worth more than gold. You just wake up every single day, and every time you have your menstrual cycle, you are expelling the Eve gene out of you. No one in this world besides you carries those traits. They can't suck it out of a brother's dick, and they can't put it something in you so that their half white children get it, because they won't. You do, and only you will have that. You are a divine goddess. And the moment you wake the fuck up and you realize that shit, and you charge your worth, and you stop people pleasing, and you stop allowing bullshit to happen, and you call these niggas out on their bullshit, and if they don't want to be checked when you call them, you cut them the fuck off or you beat them the fuck up, you will raise your vibrations. You will raise the standard of excellence that surrounds you. Men ain't gonna have no choice but to boss up in order to be around you. I'm so expensive that time wasters can't afford to look at me or look in my direction anymore. I am so unattainable as a financial dominatrix. I am one of the highest paid black women as a dom in the United States of America. And the reason is because I have busted my ass to put the work in, and I know my worth. So I'm not afraid to ask for what I want. I get what I want, and I'm able to get men to send me $10,000, $25,000 because I'm bold enough to ask for it. I'm not shy. I'm not shaky in my confidence. I demand it. I expect it. And if they cannot provide it for me, I do not beg them. I do not give them multiple chances. I leave them where the fuck they are, alone. Financial domination has been a tool that I have used to not only just pay the bill for the light bill out of survival, but something that has completely 100% transformed my entire life. My finances, my sense of self, my confidence, the way that I look at my body and I view myself as a heavy-set black woman with nappy African hair when I ain't got my wigs and my protective styles on, right? A woman with a deep voice, because I don't talk like this for the male gaze. I have a deep voice, which means I'm not to be fucked with. I don't let nobody fuck with me, whether we in person or we on the internet. How y'all come on here and y'all bully Miss Netta and y'all bully influencers and stuff like that. I don't let that type shit happen. If you crack slick with me, I'm a crack slick even back with you. You want to be funny? I'm going to be funnier. You want to be a comedian? I'm going to be Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying? I don't play. I don't. And that has been something that has really single-handedly helped me come out of survival mode. Helped me know my worth. Helped me transform my mind, my body, my spirit. And there are so many other women who struggle with the same things. There are so many other women who are still stuck in survival mode. There are so many other women who will hear this information and it'll go right over their heads. They'll think, oh, well, you're just crazy. You're gonna not have a man. You're gonna not kiss ass to white people. Because they still have that conditioning in their heads from their childhood, or from traumatic experiences that they've had, or from the religion that they practice, or they were told to practice as a child. 2025 needs to be the beginning of an era of true Black girl magic and soft living. Black girls in luxury is popular, and when you go to Pinterest and all of these other things, you see all of us up and down the timeline all the time. The reason why is because this is how we're supposed to be living. You shouldn't have to go bust your ass and work 8, 12, 16 hours a day as a beautiful, divine Black woman. You should be able to own a business that allows you to work from home or travel the world. You should be able to have the men that you are entertaining or that are courting you, whether you're married, whether you're dating, or you're just talking to them and fooling around. Those men should be taking care of you. helping you pay your bills, helping you get your car fixed, helping you change your tire. And if you're not experiencing those things, it's not because you're ugly. It's not because you're not worth it. It's not because of any of those artificial, superficial, misogynistic things that people will tell you it is. It's simply because you as a black woman have not waken up to your own power. And the minute you wake up to your own power, you will come out of survival mode. The minute you start accepting and demanding more, the minute you stop waiting for people to give you permission and you take that shit, is the minute you will come out of survival mode. Let's take a deep breath on that one. Life is not supposed to be hard. Life is not supposed to be challenging. Life is not supposed to be difficult. You are meant to live in ease. You are meant to live in prosperity. You are meant to be worshiped, to be taken care of. If black women weren't meant to be worshiped, why do we have the Eve gene? One of the only races of women in the world who carries the Eve gene. If we weren't meant to be worshipped, why are we the only race of women who have it? If melanin is more valuable than gold itself, one more time, if melanin, the shit that makes you light skin, dark skin, brown skin, is worth more than gold itself, why wouldn't we be the goddesses of the world, the gods of the world, meant to be worshipped, meant to live a life with ease? Right? You got to make it make sense. Because it doesn't. And you've been fed a story, and some of your ancestors and parents and grandparents and great-grandparents for generations have been fed a story that you are the opposite. And darling, that will just quite frankly never be true. Darling, that will just quite frankly never, ever, ever be true. Never. Now, let me catch up in the comments. If you have any questions about financial domination, I am totally here to answer. You always keep it 100. Of course I do. Of course I do. You're clocking it. Great content. The tea is delicious. Would you like some honey with your tea, darling? This is a beautiful robe. Oh, thank you. This robe, hold on. This is my finger. Got caught. I'm propping my phone up on my planter box. This is the goddess robe from Luxe Legacy Boutique. I'm not going to stand up. As my knee hurts, so I got to give myself a little break. But this is the goddess robe from Luxe Legacy Boutique, you guys. My sub-funded business. Right? So see how I say in the beginning, I practice what I preach. You should be using financial domination to build your own business. You should be using the money that men are giving you in financial domination to start businesses debt-free. You know how many people can say that they were able to start a business debt-free 100% without applying for grants, without having money saved up, without having your daddy to give you $1 million? Not a lot of people. So by using financial domination smartly, as an educated black woman, you have the ability to transform your life and your community. Because now women who support my business are supporting a black-owned business, a black female-owned business, which now means we are keeping more money in the black community, right? Statistically speaking, y'all know black people have the largest spending and buying power in this country, They like to say that all black people is on EBT, but all of the white people on EBT. I couldn't get EBT if I tried. Back when I was a broke-ass college student working 2 jobs, barely making $600 a month, they wouldn't even approve me for EBT because I was making too much. But I couldn't come up with half of $700. But EBT said I was making too much. Make that make sense. Black people have the largest buying power in this country. And by me using financial domination and taking money out of rich white men's pockets and rich black men's pockets and rich Asian and Jewish men's pockets and using it to build businesses for myself, I'm now keeping that money in the black community. I've repurposed it for myself into a black-owned business that then serves the black community specifically, that then keeps that money in the black community. Even though we have the largest spending power, buying power in this country, money typically in our community only lasts a few seconds. You go to Korean communities and Asian and Jewish communities, their money travels and circles around their community for years. They don't shop with other people. They don't shop with other cultures, and they don't shop with other races. Nobody questions that shit either. But when black women do it, and when black women say our communities and our spaces are only for black people, y'all dumbasses like to hop in my comments. Can you still teach white girls anyway? Can I still join as a white girl anyway? What do you think the answer is? No. So we're keeping our money, our efforts, and our labor inside of the black community. And by using financial domination, we will continue to be the majority, because we were never the minority. Continue to be the majority with the largest spending power in this country, and we will keep it in our communities and support black-owned businesses and banks and schools. And we will continue to be rich and wealthy and successful in our own rights and in our own spaces. But Goddess, if you still fighting for a table at these white people houses, and you still fighting for a table in these white spaces in the corporate sector, you're not going to get there. It wasn't made for you to survive in those spaces. That's why you tired. That's why you burnt out. That's why you frustrated. That's why every day you wake up and you need to drive to that fucking job, you're miserable. And then you wind up cussing somebody out and getting road rage because your spirit is upset. And then you wonder why, as kids, our moms and dads came home after work and yelled and fussed and cussed at us and put their hands on us. Because they were burnt out and frustrated and upset. It wasn't right, but they were taking out the frustration on us about the fact that they are miserable with their lives and miserable with the fact that they have to work shitty jobs and be in a corporate world and a society that tells us that this is how we have to do it. And they give you the red and blue pill option of be a slave and die, or marry a man and be a trad wife and be trapped in the house having babies with no shoes on. Like the ballerina bitch. There's always been a third option. And it's your freedom. But they're not going to give it to you for free. Nor are they going to tell you that your freedom is the third option. You have to be bold enough, smart enough, daring enough to know that that's what the third option is. To know that neither one of these two options work for you. To say no. To stand on 10 toes when you say no. And to take your freedom, because they're not going to give it to you for free. Period. Well, now, I'm late as hell in the comments. I love your nails. These are press-ons from the TikTok shop, you guys. You can totally find them in my TikTok shop showcase, because as a Findom, I use the TikTok shop showcase for you guys to find gear, for you guys to find nice little things for yourself, okay? But I love me some good press-ons. Love, 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 love. Please don't ask me in no comments about your race, your racial identities, or if I do this or if I do that. Stop. I say it and I make it very fucking clear on my profile that my community is for Black and African women. We not going off of percentages. Y'all do that shit way too much. Way too much. At this point, you're trolling. It's annoying as fuck. It's disrespectful as fuck. My community is for Black and African women. If you do not identify as that, stop fucking asking me. It's not cute. It's not funny. You're not welcome. You know you're not welcome because I already said it. Asking me is just going to get you ignored or get you made fun of. Because what the fuck are you talking about? Go find somebody else. Like, it never fails. You can say very respectfully, our community is for Black women. AfroDomme. What does that mean? Who can produce an afro? You, Becky? You know damn well you can't. So why would you, with your white ass, join the AfroDomme Network? No. Move on. What if I'm 16% Black? Girl, do you identify as a Black woman? Because if you did, you wouldn't be asking all of that shit. If you identified as a Black woman, you wouldn't need to, I'm 16% Black and Puerto Rican. Can I still join? If you identified as a Black woman, you would know whether I'm talking to you or not. And if you have to question it, that means I'm not talking to you. Like, cut the shit. It's like you be wanting me to say fucking no to your dumb ass so you can be the victim. Some of y'all getting muted. I don't help people that's underage. Oh, your mom must not have given you enough attention when you were a child. Here, I'll go ahead and block you for free. Infiltrate from the inside, that's dead. That's what the Gen Z was doing, and that's why Gen Zers are so fucking miserable, because infiltrating from the inside is a fucking joke. You're not going to infiltrate a system that was never made for you to be in it. You're not going to infiltrate a system from the inside. That's a joke. That's not, no. That's why millennials and Gen Zers don't agree with each other, and that's why all of the Gen Zers are fucking miserable and bitter and hurt now. Because they were told that you can infiltrate from the inside, from the boomers. And that shit still ain't fucking work. That's why Gen Zers, Gen Xers, the older people, Gen Xers are going to be working until they 65. Because they still trying to infiltrate from the inside. Mm-hmm. How much should you charge as the entry dom charge? You don't. There's no such thing as a minimum tribute. There's no such thing as an introductory tribute. You guys need education. The version of financial domination that you keep seeing on TikTok outside of this page is what's going to keep you broke. Mm-hmm. It's unfortunate. That's the world that we live in. Oh, how am I bitter, sweetheart? I make 6 figures. It's I don't even know what day it is or what time it is. I'm sitting in the house. I look fabulous, and you on my live asking for information. o'clock because you can't get in, mayonnaise, mommy. Girl, please. And that's exactly why I don't help y'all. Anywho, but yeah, no. Financial domination is the dom sub act of exchanging power through monetary gifts. You need to elevate this. We need to elevate our community. And we're not going to elevate our community or be able to elevate our community if you guys, as Black women, are still fighting for spaces in these white places. Yeah? If you still let people like Phantom's big fat ass who wants attention for some reason, if you still let people like that, like, kind of get under your skin, right? Or if you still invite white people to the cookout just because they can do a TikTok dance, or you still let white people say the N-word, right? If you still, let white people talk about reverse racism because they are mad that they're being held accountable for their actions and the actions of their forefathers in a system that they still benefit from every day. You're not going to get to that point if you continue with these people. You're just not. We're just not. We're just not. And to say that racism doesn't exist in Europe when white people immigrated from Europe to come be racist is a joke, which means she is, again, an uneducated person. And Ruby Kisses, I suggest that you don't say anything to her, because that's the point that I'm making right now, that we need to stop addressing people like her. She knows that she's uneducated. That's why she's here in this space, trying to get the education, but she's not welcome in our space. And when I tell people that they are not welcome in our space, they are offended by that. And do you know why white people are so offended by when I say they're not welcome into our space? Because they have habitually created systems that have forced Black people to do so for generations. And when you say, with your own 2 feet and your own 10 toes down on it, that you're not going to continue perpetrating the systems that they've created, they get mad at that. How dare I, as a Black woman in the United States of America, tell white people that they are not welcome into my spaces? How dare I not spend my life effort and life force helping and serving white people? How dare I? Oh, you're mad? That's a shame. Right? So again, if you want to come out of survival mode, these are some things that you need to keep in mind. These are some things that you need to know. Your tolerance for foolishness needs to be at an all-time low. Your self-confidence needs to be at an all-time high. Take the word minimum tribute out of your bio and out of your vocabulary. Take the words pay pig out of your bio and out of your vocabulary. Delete your fucking verification video. All of them. Raise your prices, raise your standards, and say no to what does not align with you. And don't double back on that fucking decision after you said no. Cool. Okay. Racism is a social construct that white people have created to be ignorant and arrogant towards us, but it's only then negatively impacted them. They've changed the textbooks in schools to make it seem like white people were superior and Black people have always been slaves, but all of that information has not affected us, but more so affected them, because now they don't know their own history or when they vote for a Nazi. That's their problem, and we're going to let them have their issues. And that's the last time I'm finna say something about it, because we not on here to talk about white people. We're on here to talk about how to get out of survival mode as Black people. And see, when white people come into Black spaces, even with small, simple comments, they like to try to take over the space. Okay? So we're not going to let a poor white trash person do that. I simply don't. And I suggest you don't either. You'll be better off finding the line for Social Security and food stamps than getting some information out of me, white bitch. Anywho, not all white people. Girl, kill yourself. I'm out of here.